Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Lead House. And today is day 7. Today we are discussing about the resilience. And before I begin, let me invite the participants to narrate the stories of resilience. May I request Sana to please tell us the story of resilience?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Today's story was uh, a carrot, an egg, and a cup of coffee, where a daughter went to her mother and explained about her problem. Then her mother took her to the kitchen and she put one egg in a pot, one carrot in another pot, and one coffee in some other pot, and she poured some water and put on the gas to boil it. After 20 minutes, she explained that see, the egg is hard, the carrot is soft, and the coffee has turned the water. So if you are facing situation, if you are facing any bad situation, any difficult movement in your life, your personality should be like uh, who, which one you will choose, a carrot, an egg, or the coffee bean. So what should be your personality turn into? You want to be hard from inside, you want to become soft, and you want to change the situation by mixing with the situation. So in this story, at the end, the girl understood that yes, whatever difficulties came into our life, it is to make us humble, it is to make us more strong, and we are here to face difficulties and to come up with the difficulties and become a warrior. This was the story, ma'am.
Thank you, Sana, for sharing the story. And now may I request Shabana Kausar? It seems that Shabana is not reachable. May I request Ayesha for the story? Okay, now Shabana came back. Yes, Shabana.
Yes, ma'am. My story is regarding beautiful life. Tips about beautiful life, how the life should be. So always, we have to sit 10 minutes silently in one place, and wake up in the morning with proper sentences like "My purpose of life today," and with 3 E's: energy, enthusiasm, and empathy, and with 3 F: faith, family, and friends. And spend time with the people whose age around 70 or above, and whose age is below 6 years, above 70 and below 6 years. And we have to dream more while we are awake. So we are like daydreaming, but you should think about with positive mindset what you're going to do. So dream for yourself in a good position, and try to make at least 3 people smile in a day. That's very, very important. Usually we'll forget to make smile other people. We have very stressful life, so we have to make to at least 3 people to smile. And again, we have to smile and laugh more, because it keeps up a lot of energy in us. Instead of like getting stressed, let us laugh and make others smile. That's very important. The next one was, in your life, you have to forgive other people. Do not keep in your mind. Do not have any grudge on others. Forgive other people. If you find any difficulty, try to talk to them. Then each night you have to go to bed with the statement like, "I'm thankful for whatever thing happened. I'm thankful for that, and today I accomplished my task." So from this story, I learned that how the life can be more beautiful if you plan in proper way, right from morning till evening.
Thank you, Shabana. Thank you very much. Now, Ayesha, over to you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Everyone, and the story which was given to us by the Texas Education website was very, very simple and beautiful, but carries a great message in it. And the best part which I like, that I have done it in the morning itself, my project, because of its easiness and simplicity and short story. And the story goes like this. It is a story about the two wolves. Grandpa says to the grandchildren, because the grandpa is really very wise, and the story comes from a village in America called Cherokee. And that Cherokee, we had a lesson. My son had last year the lesson. Cherokee is a village, and the people were very just I will give you a background of the Cherokee so that you can understand how wise and the people were there with the wisdom. If I was not knowing the story of the Cherokee village earlier, I would not have enjoyed this story much. So the story goes like this, that the grandpa from a village Cherokee in America, he calls for his grandchildren and says that there are two wolves fighting in us, in me. He says first, in me. One wolf is with all the negative emotions like anger, inferiority, and all the negative emotions, with all the depressions, with all hatred, jealousy, to have fight and not understanding anything. He is just devoid of love and all. The other is quite opposite to it, exactly juxtaposed. The other will have peace, patience, love, calm, serenity, and all. So they keep fighting daily. And after that, after telling the story, he takes a pause, stares at the grandchildren, and says then emphatically, this fight is going on inside you and inside everybody. So the moment of taking pause after explaining and staring at them will make the children psychologically aware of the two things. They get involved very much in what is happening next. And then they'll try to understand the importance of the story told when we give the pause and stare at them and all. So the children ask, who wins ultimately? Then the grandpa says, very short sentence, the wolf to whom you feed wins. How beautiful the end was. I mean, everything was just dropped in one final punchline, bottom line. The two wolves are there fighting in all of us, and ultimately, as the day passes, that wolf will win to whom we feed. So the whole authority is given to us, what we want to turn ourselves ultimately. And I have decided to make the wolf which has peace, serenity, calm, quiet, with full of love will win, inshallah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Aisha. And now may I request the fourth story to the fourth group to narrate the story.
Ma'am, me?
What was your story?
Ma'am, about resilience?
Yes.
Yes, sir. So, now, first of all, I want to say that what is the meaning of resilience? So, resilience is the ability to bounce back quickly from a challenging situation to be happy and victorious. So, the road to resilience is full of stress. But once we travel it successfully, we can achieve many things in our life. So, my story is of Raghu, who was very shy to speak, public speaking. So Raghu was a shy person since childhood. So
Neha,
after
was it given in the link, Raghu's story?
No. This is like I have
Neha,
made from my own.
No, Neha, we are repeating those four stories first, and then we will go to our personal stories. So I just would like to know the story of. I think the first story was the story of donkey.
Oh yes, but I have not gone through that. That's why I was just repeating my own stories. Like
Okay.
I have written from my own, and then.
Okay, no issues then in that case. So there were four stories given to four groups.
Okay.
Yeah, because these the morning homework, what is given to you, it is always to make you understand the concept of that particular skill or particular area that we are going to learn on that day. like today we are going to learn resilience. So those four stories were related to the resilience. Has anyone read that
Okay.
story? The fourth story?
From my group, actually, Rizwana ma'am is in an emergency. So I was a little busy in my homework. So that's why I was not able. And I contacted Rizwana ma'am, but she said that she is having an emergency and she'll also not be able to attend the class, I think.
No, it's okay. No problem. At least you are honest and you have told us the story. So anyway, if
Yes.
you have not read the story, you must read it, because these
Sure, definitely.
morning things are very, very important. Then only you will understand the concept. Otherwise, we will be discussing throughout day and night, but we won't be able to understand the concept. So here is your story, The Farmer and the Donkey.
Hello.
Can you read the story? All of
Ma'am?
you? Yes.
Ma'am, like if you give me 2 minutes, I'll complete and I'll can give a
It's
gist.
okay. It's okay, no problem. Now you can read. I have already shared on the screen for that purpose, so everybody can read it.
So shall I read?
Everybody read to yourself.
Okay.
This first story is really the best example of resilience.
Ma'am, it's really
Yes,
a
ma'am.
beautiful story.
It's very
Okay.
inspiring.
Yeah, that's what I wanted you people to read, all four stories. So thank you very much for reading these stories. Dear friends, the life is full of ups and downs. You cannot wait always for the goody things or for the rosy things. So there will be situation in life where you will find yourself to just run away from the situation, just to leave the situation. But if you are still persisting in that situation, still you have courage to face that situation, then you are the winner. Earlier, I was not very much familiar with the word of resilience, that what exactly resilience is and how resilience works. But when I came to know about this, when I was doing my course at IIM Ahmedabad, then there the Professor Rajiv Sharma ji explained this in a very beautiful way to us. And there was a case study, like there was a story of a school, because since we all were the principals who were being trained over there in that particular course of leadership and management. So there was a case study of a school, and then how school has gone through under like lots of ups and downs, and especially the story of the owner. And then he asked us that if we were in that place of that particular owner, then what would have been our reactions or our response to the situations. And then it was given in the groups, and we were supposed to discuss and then bring our own ideas, and then where the owner has gone wrong, why this had happened, and how he would have avoided these type of situations. And you will not believe that everybody was like bringing their own ideas and maximum criticizing the owner's decisions and all other things. And he was sitting at the back of the class. We were never aware that the person is already there in the hall, and because we never met to that person, and everybody is feeling so when we come to know, when we are given the chance to criticize anyone, then how we are happy and excited, and whatever we are supposed to say and whatever you are not supposed to say, we also say that. thinking that he is not here. And the moment we come to know that the person is here, then naturally we are very cautious, because we are not very balanced leaders who know how to speak, how much to speak, and when to speak, what to speak. So anyway, that was really a very good experience for us. And once everybody has described and given the ups, ins and outs of the whole case study and their suggestions, then the owner was invited, and then the person whose story we were discussing, and then he thanked all of us for our suggestions, for our feedback. That was really a very, very great learning experience for all of us. So now, as far as resilience is concerned, if 7 of us or 8 of us are here in this hall, this is an example, or this is a proof that we are resilient, because I know that today is Sunday, okay, and there are so many situations at home, the family obligations, the relatives pressure, then our own mindset that on Sundays we have never worked, and why this class on Sunday, then the children's demand, and then the entire surroundings in such a way that the people are going for partying, the people are going to have fun, and then in spite of all those odd situations, except Anara and Ayesha and me, because we are in a place where Sunday is the first day of working, so we cannot say that this is a situation, because today is first day of our week. But all other people, those who are there, for them it is really a great struggle to work on a Sunday, how to convince the people, how to make the excuses and give them the excuses that you are busy today for at least 1 hour, 8 to 9. So this is called that when you are able to survive in adverse situation, then you are a resilient leader. And I'm going to there are many examples in our life, professional life, personal life, both, but I'm going to give you an example that there are 2 examples that I would like to narrate, and both coincidentally happened in Dubai when I was working there. So once what happened, that was the last working day of our school in the month of June, because July and August used to be the holidays, summer holidays over there. And last working day, the students' last working day is 1 day before, and the teachers have to come 1 more day so that we can have get together, and then some final advices given to the teachers, instructions given to the teachers, what they are supposed to do during vacation, like advising them for the professional development and all those things. So it was, the program was in a hall that was big auditorium where students used to have their cultural programs, and there the teachers were assembled. Then since there were like 350 teachers, then naturally we can have their kids as well. So there are around 38 kids. And for them, we made a special arrangement, and we made the adjacent room of the hall for those kids, along with a nanny. The nanny was there to control them, to take care of them. And we all were in the auditorium having our programs as per the schedule. That everything was going on very well, and it was a last day, and there was a common lunch also. Everybody was supposed to share their lunches among themselves and then enjoy before parting for vacation. Suddenly, I found that was my chance when I was speaking on the stage, because there were chances given to the supervisors, to the vice principals, and then the finally principal. Though when I was speaking, suddenly I found that people started running out from the last bench. Then it took me 30 seconds to think and to realize that exactly what is happening. The people are moving outside, rushing outside with very fast speed. Then I came down from the stage, and then I also rushed out to see. Then I found that it was the fire in the adjacent room where the children were sitting. And naturally, first the mothers, those who have their children there, the 38 mothers, first they rushed, because you can understand the love of a mother. Then the mother came to know that, okay, there is a fire and children are there. There was some problem with the AC, and the fire started with AC. Then we all, and there were like admin people who were there outside the hall. And it was a custom of that school, and it was a very good custom that admin people used to be when there is any big gathering in the hall, because it is mandatory by the ministry that you have to have the rescue people, because if anything happens, anything goes wrong, then they should be there to support the and help the people. Then those people, the admin people, they started saving the children, rescuing the children from that room. And then we had another building also. There were 3 buildings of that school. One was for the primary section, one was for the boys school, and one for the girls school, because grade 4 onwards, we have boys and girls separate schools. So then everybody was shifted to the new place, to the girls section. This program was in the boys section. Then naturally it was a very panic situation. Everybody was not able to understand that what exactly to be done, how to be done, and what to be done. Then immediately I took the command, and I asked them to go to the adjacent girls' hostel and assemble there in the hall. And when they assembled there in the hall, from the speech portion where I left my speech or my talk, I started in the girls section. When we went there, from that point I started the further points. And then our directors were also there, and they were the one who has really worked in that room where a smoke was there, and they have inhaled lots of smoke. So they were in the medical room. So after me, they were supposed to speak. Okay. So once I finished my speech as normal as it was, like where I planned for my speech, then after that, I immediately went to the medical room and I requested my director that please, now it is your turn, you come and you speak. Then naturally, he was very much into a situation where he was not able to even speak up normally. And then he said, how you can expect to me? I said, this is the time when we have to show that how we are acting or reacting or responding to the situation. I don't want my teachers to go to their vacation for 2 months in this situation, that they have the memory of the fire in the mind, they have the memory of a smoke in the mind, they have the memory of the school on fire in the mind, they have the memory of the pathetic conditions of their children, those who were there in the room. I don't want to carry these memories for them. So we have to be as normal as it is, because the fire was already under control. The fire brigader is doing the job. That is the job of the fire brigade, not our job. So you come and you be with us. Then anyway, when I insisted, he came. And then we had the full meeting as it was planned, just normally. And then we had our lunch also as it was planned, that we all are going to have lunch together. And then the teachers, they departed for the summer vacation. And then they all were very happy, because, if we are not, what I thought at that moment, that if we are not having courage, or if we are not standing for the situation, what will happen? That there will be thousands of stories. Each teacher will have her own story to narrate. And during the whole summer vacation, this will be the gossip, the topic of gossip. What happened to the school? The school has not followed this instruction, that instruction. Then the ministry came, the government came, and then this happened. Or maybe the story would have gone to that level that it is sealed. I can expect that also, even because some of the people are there in our group. They will always having fun of spreading these type of news, negative news, and they will be very happy. Those people are called the saddest people among us. That's why, to avoid those things, I was just showing my best face, although I know that I was at the maximum risk over there. If anything has gone wrong, if any inquiry will be there by the ministry, if any inspection will be there by the safety department, if any police will come and inquire, naturally, who will be in the forefront? The principal has to be in the forefront. And I am going to answer them. I am responsible for every problem happening in the school, any deficiency, any shortcoming, any incidents, anything happening, I am responsible, I knew. And I knew that I am at the greater risk or greatest risk, but still I have to show my resilient face. Still, I have to show to them, to my team, that no, nothing had happened. Everything is all right. Everything is under control. These type of incidents will happen in life. We should not be carried away with this, and we should not forget that we are human beings created by God with lots of courage and bravery and mind and wisdom. We can control the situations. So this is one of the story that I would like to narrate to you all. Thank you very much, everyone. So now we will take a
It's
pause.
a wonderful story.
Thank you. Thank you very much,
Very
Dr.
nice
Mara.
story.
So now we will pause for a minute and then I'll request you all that just close your eyes and try to visualize any such situation in your life when you were under danger or under threat or under adverse situation, and how you have tried to overcome that and how you were able to sort it out and solve the problem and issues and challenges, and you carry on with lots of courage, lots of compassion, and you were able to overcome that situation. Yes, dear friends, are you ready? So we are going to get 2 minutes time to narrate our story. Please volunteer yourself and start sharing your personal stories. Yes, please start.
Okay, ma'am, myself.
Yes, Shabana,
This
please.
is a story when I was a principal. First, I was a principal of small school. Then I've gone to a big school where they had very good values. They were doctors, having very good values, all the things. So I joined that school, a school of 2,000 students. So I felt very happy after joining that one. But later on, after 3 to 4 months, I think it was after 5 months, I came to know that something, a video is going viral of our school. Something was happening inside our school near the gate, something during night time, not during daytime. And video was going viral. We were not knowing about that one. Then suddenly, two of our admin staff they came to know. So one admin staff they took the student into confidence, and he took that video from him. Then the even our school boys were also involved in that particular case. There was a bad thing happening inside the school. So then when that teacher came to us, one of our students is there, and I called that parent. First, I have discussed with the our directors and so and thing happening in our school during night time. What has to be done? Then they said, we'll conduct a meeting, and they did not conduct the meeting. And when we came to know about that one of the boy who's involved, so that parent, that boy went and told his father, and his father was really a stubborn person, was not ready to accept. What he did, he has filed a police case on our school. Before we giving any complaint, he has even given complaint on principal. And I was new for that. I hardly joined 5 months before. Now the directors came because as a principal, you know that when something happens wrong, nobody will come forward.
Yes.
So the thing happened, that person has come. Then I was about to speak to police, but one of our person was a contractor, was a very nice person. He said, "Ma'am, you don't come forward. We'll take up the case." I said, "Okay." And I kept come. I was ready to face that one, but still I said, "They are handling, let them handle." Then they handled the situation. The police went back. Again, after 2 days, again that person again he came with press media that this school is what damaging the image of the student by viraling all these photos, videos, all those things. And then again I called the management. Nobody came forward. And I called the parent of the student. I said I should take up the some initiative. I should take up some stand so that something should we should get some result of that one. Then I called that parent. He came to me. He said, "I don't have problem with you, but I what is the problem with you? Because there's a thing happened. Which child is involved as well. So this is the case that's happening. What do you want from us?" We said nothing like that. But I'll file a case because why somebody has taken our video. It is your duty. You should not say all this thing. And I said, whatever thing happened. But the thing is, what is happening? You don't file police case. Try to talk to us. Then he talked to me. When I spoke to him, he calmed down. But then he filed a case against directors. Then directors they came, we had a meeting, all this thing. Then but I was a safe side. The strong step I took, when I spoke to that person, he calmed down. If I could have again sitting in the school, not talking to him, the case could not have resolved. That was not the case. I came to bed, nobody will come forward as the when principal face any problem. So
Yes,
we should take some stand. That is
very,
important.
very true, very true. And this communication solves many problems. And
Yeah,
most of the cases we have found the issues in any institution is because of lack of communication.
correct.
And especially when it comes to parents, I have found the people, they're very scared of talking to them. And I always say,
Correct.
what is the problem in talking to the parents? What they are going to do with us? Finally,
Yeah,
we have the upper hand because their children are with us. So we have,
correct.
yeah, finally they respect us. It is there. And when we are not listening to them, then they go to the media and police and this and that because school doesn't have the listening ear. That's why. Very good,
Correct.
Shabana. Very nice story.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Now, who is the next one to narrate the personal story of resilience?
Ma'am, ma'am, once 2 years back when I was in my university, actually I had a really kind of quite a bad quality. Like I used to have homesickness. So every now and then I used to come home, and at that time there was a curfew in our place. So my mom told that don't come. I told them, no, no, I'll handle it. Just you give me one chance. Just you say yes, I'm ready to, jump in and I'll definitely come. There will be no issue. So I was a bit kind of, immature. So I used to think from the practical, way. So I kept on asking, and there are times, no, at times you get saturated and you are thinking something else, and you say, okay, yes, you come. So that was the point when she told that you come, and I really came by train, and people were called from another state, from Jharkhand, those Bajrang Dal and all, they were on the train. And I was the only person, and I used to come. I used to go with hijab, but I didn't wear burqa. And I told that I'm on train. My mother was really afraid, and we were asked to, like, the pockets of Muslim population and others minorities. They were asked to go to some other places where there are majority. So she used to pray, and then she told that uh, my grandma or somebody else, they told that open the hijab and you sit in the train. So I was a bit scared, like what to do. I was in dilemma, like whether should I do or not. Then I told no, I won't do. And they were staring at me also, and it was a night time. So I was just praying, Allah, please save me this time. Next time I won't do such, silly acts. Then I saw the train was full of those people. Then I went to another compartment, another compartment like this. I used to change, but they were like that. Then I told to myself, "Be strong. Nothing will happen. Allah is with you." And I sat quietly. In spite of those kind of staring and glaring, I just avoided those things. And train stopped. Uh, like there was 1 kilometer away. The station was there, and I was really scared. So what I did, I boarded down from the train and I started walking. And I, like, literally I was running, and it was really dark. And I, went on, and finally I reached a station. And Alhamdulillah, I took another train, but like that, similar it was there, but few people were there. At least I was not only one. So Alhamdulillah, I reached home safely.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. And it is said that sometimes we act like it is not a smartness. It is, yeah, it is foolishness, but
Yeah,
we do. And in that situation, then only our courage and our nature of resilience is going to help us. Yeah, thank you. That's really a very beautiful story. Anara, if you have a story, then can you narrate the story? Otherwise, if you have some work, you may leave, Dr. Anara. Do you have any story of resilience?
Dr. Halima, I will tell you later. Now I am very busy.
Okay, no problem, Dr. Anara. You can go ahead. Now, Sana, do you have the
Thank
story of
you.
resilience?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Until
Sana, please go ahead.
I think I would like to share one incident of my life when in 2015, one evening when my spouse, my husband, was sweating badly and has angina pain. So fortunately, I identified that this is something else. This is not just a pain. This is something else, and I took him immediately and ran downstairs uh, immediately and reached to the hospital where we found that yes he had a heart attack and ECG was bad and the doctor the nearest hospital referred him to big hospital. Then I immediately from there I called my relatives and I was alone and I took him from there and rushed to the other hospital. Then I reached Apollo hospital and the another 30 minutes was a marathon and a complete struggle and he was admitted immediately and doctor found that yes he had a major heart attack and but fortunately alhamdulillah the procedure was done and he's safe, he's active, he's now bounced back. But the story, the struggle was completely mine. I decided, I took decisions, I ran toward the hospital, I called up all my relatives. So, because we live in a flat, we live alone. We have relatives and friends nearby, but at that moment I was alone and I took everything on myself and alhamdulillah I bounced back and I reached to the another level of life. This is my resilience and I think I am resilient because most of the time I found myself in difficulty and I bounced back. Thank you, ma'am.
Very beautiful, beautiful. And we can understand if husband is not well, then how emotionally a wife must be feeling. But at that time, you have to keep your emotions away. And then you have to show your brave face to your relatives, friends, to the doctor, to your husband. And then we can imagine that how worse the situation was at that time for you and how you would have overcome that situation with your own courage and bravery. So hats off to you, Sana. Thank you very much for sharing such beautiful story. Now, who's the next one to narrate the personal story of resilience? Khadija.
I am ready. I am ready to share the story of resilience, but I would like to know your choice. Should I share the story of resilience of the childhood, or my studenthood, or my marriagehood, or my? I have so many. So which one you would like to listen?
I think student.
There are so
Childhood.
many stories.
Childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is the story when I was in class fourth, and we passed the class 3 and went to class 4. And when we have finished our class 3, our ma'am said that Ayesha, I am not happy with you. I was a class monitor. I said, why you are not happy with me? I am the class monitor. I have managed the whole class the whole year, and now I am in fourth class. And then you say that you are not happy. Then she said, okay, you have passed the fourth class, but what about the 4 people who could not do well? Somehow we have managed the marks and let him get promotion. Then I said, if they don't study, ma'am, what can I do? So she said, no, you would have taught them. I said, ma'am, how would I have taught them? Whether their parents will send that if they come to know that one of the students that is in class 3 is teaching, and my height was not very tall. And then will they send, because they are very tall people, will they come to study with a girl who is short? Then my ma'am said, oh, no, whatever it is, you should start teaching them like that. So I started teaching them. And finally, I came to know during the course of time that one of our students is not coming to school, and for last 2 weeks. Then I was like a leader at the time, right from childhood. I was a person with a heart, golden heart, I must say. Now I realize and I use the word with golden heart. Why she's not turning up? Why she's not turning up? Then third week we came to know that she has a jaundice. That is a problem. She's not turning up. Then fourth week we came to know she died. Her name was Nasreen. Then then the minute we came to know what to do, I became very anxious. I said my whole classmates that we shall visit her, and we came already to school. And after coming to school, I came to know that this happened. Then what to do? Then we decided that no, we'll go and we will see her, because the Tadfeen will be there in the evening at 4 o'clock, and now it is nearly 11:30 to 12, like that the time was. Then I went to my teacher, class teacher, and the class teacher said, how you will go? How you people will go? We will not allow you to go by bus because at this time we cannot arrange. And then I said, no, her house is very near and we can go and we can come back. Then she said, how can you go? Nobody is there to be with you. And then I said, no, ma'am, I'll take the responsibility of taking these girls with me. Those who are present today, we will form a line. And then we will go from one way where there is no traffic. And then we will follow the other way again where there is no traffic. Then she said, no, I cannot give you the permission. You go and seek the permission from principal sir. Then I went to the principal sir and said, he also raised the same questions. Why you want to go? Then I said, sir, we want to, because we were missing him since last 4 weeks, so we want to go and see her, at least at the last. Then he said, no, I cannot allow it. This is very risky. Then I started crying. My good weapon or defense mechanism, if somebody is not listening, I used to cry. At the time, that was my defense mechanism. So by seeing the tears in my eyes, I don't know what, might be his heart melted, and he said, okay, Baba, do, but you are responsible if something happens. I will catch you first because you're the class monitor. I said, okay, sir. I was so thank you. I thanked him and came back. I told all my students, my friends. And the best part, Allah's bless to me was, at that time also and today also when they meet, I don't know why Allah has given them my love in their heart. If I say softly, they will follow like a follower, though they are my classmates of my age. Then I told, see, we got a permission with very, very, very lots of efforts. After putting lots of efforts, and I tried to convince, please cooperate with me. We will form a line from the beginning of the gate and we will follow this route. I know the road because her house was near to my house, and there we have less traffic. Even the cyclists will not be there. 1 and 2 cyclists will be there, and the other traffic, cars, vehicles, motors, automobiles will not be there. So we will follow this route. We will see her and come back. So, okay, fine. We started. This is the story of 4th class where I was leading as a class monitor. We started, we formed a line. We went to their house and we said, we have come to see her. Please show her. Then she was lying down still. I remember her face with the jaundice, and the, white cloth was tied on her face right from the head. It was covered. She became very thin, but looking very smart. And she was lying down, and then we prayed for her. And then we had some satisfaction in the heart that, yes, at least we saw her at the last moment, and we came back safely. We went safely and we came back safely. So then I got many titles at the time. Oh, you are like the Indira Gandhi of the school, doing the development. At the time, Indira Gandhi was ruling it. So you're the Indira Gandhi of the school. And sometimes they used to say you are the leader, a genuine leader and all that. So after that, they became so impressive that we could come back safely without any calamity or without any accident. We all were safe. So that I really remember now. At that time, I don't know how much I got that courage. It was only the love of the friend. May Allah accept that love of us for her. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ayesha. It is really very beautiful and very resilient story. And you are like that. You are like, your nature is like that. You will always stand for the situation, helping the people, moving ahead, and paving the path for yourself and for others. Thank you for narrating this story. Now, who is left? Khadija is left. Khadija?
Ma'am,
Hmm?
Ma'am, if permitted, can Sister Aisha narrate the story of marriage also of
Yeah,
resilience?
sure. First, let us finish with everyone. Then we will come back to Aisha again. Neha and Khadija are left.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Khadija and Neha, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
Yeah, please start.
Yes, ma'am. My story was like from student time. I was a bit like uh, what would I say that public speaking in front of everyone. I was very like scared of speaking in front of, like in the school also. I never took part in the debate and everything. So in school also, they were saying that take part in debate, but I used to take part in drawings because in drawings we have to sit in the corner and draw, and at the last we have to submit the paper. So in debate, I never took part, and I was very afraid of public speaking. But recently, uh, like now, there was a case, NRC was going on in India, and one BJD member, he literally he called me and he said that Neha, there is no lady here for the public speaking. You can see in the Shaheen Bagh and everything, the women are leading the group and all that. So I think so you can lead the group. Then I said that अंकल देखिए कि मेरा जो है ना मैं पब्लिक के सामने नहीं बोल सकती. If there are two or three people, then I can speak. But in front of 300, 400 people, I am not able to speak. Then he said that, no, once you come over here, and it was a field. And I was like, he said that you have to arrange some woman and all that. So I and two, three girl with me, we all went to the area of the what mohallas, I can say. So Muslim mohallas, and we were also eager to bring the Hindus and Muslims same time, and so we brought them to the field. And that time I was very like, uh, how could I speak? But they said that you have to speak about yourself. It's like it's for everyone, not for you. It's for everyone who will suffer the NRC and CAA. So I said that okay, sure. Then first of all, I was very afraid of speaking. But when the cheer was going on that time, then I started speaking, and I went on speaking for like 2 hours, and that Narabazi and all that. And I was like, I was very happy. And till now, I've been known as the leader of NRC of Katak, Odisha. And that time I thought that no, this if I will I overcame my resilience, that it was my afraid of not speaking in front of everyone. And that was the thing I overcome.
Very good, Neha. Very good. Very nice story. And now,
you.
Khadija, do you have the story? Khadija?
Sister Khadija was having audio issues. I had called her, I was not able to hear her properly.
Okay. So
Ma'am,
now,
Modinat has
yes, Modinat has just joined. Assalamu alaikum, Modinat. Modinat, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, Modinat, do you have any story of resilience where you have like accepted the challenges, you have moved ahead, and you have performed, and you have proved yourself that yes, you have substance in you? Do you have such stories?
My personal story.
Yes, personal story. Yes, please go
My
ahead.
personal
Personal
story. Can I?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Sometimes in 2014, I was having an issue with one of my boss, and what I was actually saying was actually true, but he seems to misunderstood me then, and he thought I was lying against him and so on and so forth. But I was making myself clear that time that I was not really lying. I was saying the truth, but He was not really listening. But later on, he got to know the truth after about 2 years later or so, a year later, he got to find out the truth about what we were discussing. Before he finally got the issue out, then I was demoted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were demoted.
So I was demoted. I was downgraded.
Your pause.
I think her story was so beautiful, but I think there is some audio issues. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so then when they moved me to primary level, I was not really finding it easy because teaching upper primary and then you were suddenly brought to lower primary. It will give you a very great challenge. But I took it up upon myself. I tried to understand the learners. Then I now even see that I can even perform better in primary school than when I was in secondary school. And you can hardly go to any angle that any of the parents or learners will not know me. So when I was there, I became very, very active, and I learned so many things. I learned so many skills, which even give me an edge ahead of what I used to be before. Even that is what is giving me priority in that school. And I established myself before I do any other thing. I went for different trainings that look, even if I have to leave this job, at least I must find something to do for myself. So I became stronger. So, and alhamdulillah, here I am today. I was also promoted back. So that's my story of resilience.
Very good, very good. Beautiful story and beautiful narration of the story. Now, my dear friends, today in your journal, when you are going to write down the points, you are going to write down about the stories of your friends that has given you some lessons, that has given you some boosts, some morals to move on and face the challenges. In the morning, you were supposed to write your own reflections about you, but now you have to write about the stories of your friends that has really motivated you, and that you have learned a lots of pearls of wisdom from them that is going to enlighten your life. As there is a as there is a demand from Ayesha to narrate the marriage story, may I request Ayesha to please narrate the marriage story.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. We got connected heart to heart, it seems. Otherwise, this is not possible. The people want to leave because already 1 hour we have finished. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it. So this is the story. It's a real story. This should not, nobody should undergo this kind of crisis that I have gone through. I first of all pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep everyone safe, and then I will start. So it was in the year 2008 when I was blessed with 3 kids, 3 sons. My youngest son was just 3 years old, and I came from the school at 4 o'clock, and then I saw at 4 o'clock I used to sleep after coming from school for an hour before I prepared dinner. So I was just sleeping, and then the doorbell rang. My cousin, who never used to come to my home, came. I said, "How come you came?" He said, "I wanted to meet you." I said, "Okay, come and sit." I said, "Shall you want to have tea?" He said, No, I don't want tea. Just I want to sit with you." I said, "Okay, first sit." Then I went and washed my face and came back actively to sit with him. Then again, my uncle came, my other cousins came. I could not understand why they are coming at this odd hour where they have to be in their homes after returning from offices. Then they came all gathered. Like I am in Jubail, KSA. So all my cousins and my relatives, those who are in Jubail, they gathered. I could not understand. Then slowly, my uncle started, my mama started. My mama, he said, Aisha, you have to be strong in adversities. You have to be very bold in adversities. I said, what happened? Tell me. First of all, I'm shocked that you are all coming at 4 o'clock. This is a high time that you people are tired. You have to go from your offices back to home. And he said, no, 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 no. I'll just listen to me first. Listen to me. Sit beside me. Then he said, your parents are no more.
Oh. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un.
And both.
Then he added, your sister is no more.
Oh.
And sister's daughter. I said, what happened? Then he said, as they were traveling today to attend the walima of your cousin, they met with an accident and on the spot, 4 people died.
Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un.
And the 4 people, those who were in car, was my recently married sister-in-law, second one. And her 2 ribs joined together and the whole blood of the chest came in the ribs. And my brother who was sitting here has got deep fracture in his legs, femur bone. And my sister's another daughter, she was blessed with the 2 daughters. So she fell down near the feet of my mom. So she is rescued. So the 8 people were traveling. 4 people died on the spot, and 4 who were alive were in very pathetic situation, wherein doctor said that we cannot say sure whether they will survive or not. Then I immediately rushed from here there, and when I went there,
We can understand, Ayesha. We can understand your situation at that moment.
during the whole journey, I decided that I have to be very strong because I was the firstborn in my family, and the training that my dad gave to me and the mom spiritually boosted my morale right from the beginning of my age of consciousness. Then I have decided that I should have a very strong mental muscle. Then I made myself very strong, like Dr. Halima says that she's an iron lady. So I really, that touches my heart that at that time I really became iron lady. And then I had my kids, I had my family. Then at my home, the loving people have left. Then I reached, but I told my chachus, my 6 chachus are there. I told, don't wait for me and do the burial. They said, if you decide to come, we will wait. I said, no, 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 they are in pathetic condition. And when my dad used to say, whenever the people die, they should not wait for the relatives to come. That is sunnah also, and we should. I mean, the people who die, they will be restless until and unless we bury them. So that hadith dad and mom were quite aware of. So they used to say, why the people will wait for relatives? What the relatives will do? They have to pray from wherever they are. But the burial should be done fast. Then I told my uncles, no, 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 don't wait for me. Then they said that, no, you will miss them. I said, no problem. I will meet them in Jannah.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Then I reached there, and on 30th of December 2008. And when I reached, many people were waiting there to meet because I have a very big family, gigantic family from my mom's side and dad's side. They all waited, and I have met all of them. And I still remember my youngest sister of my mom. She was just lying down. She was very busy right from the morning for preparing these 4 bodies and providing everything. I understood how hectic it was for her. Then I said, Khala, come to me. I will put oil in your hair. And she stared at me. Why she wants to put oil in my hair? Ayesha, are you okay? You want to cry or you want to do something else? I said, no, I'm normal. You just come. I'll put oil in your hair. and because your hair are scattered. Then all of them thought that I have lost my mental balance. Then my chachu came to me and he shook me and he said, Aisha, if you want to cry, cry. Otherwise, if you don't cry at this moment, brain hemorrhage may occur. Then I said, no, I'm perfectly all right. Don't worry about, at least you shed one tear. I said, no, I'm not going to do that because there is no time to do all that nuisance. I said, my brother is suffering. He's in the hospital, and my sister-in-law newly married just 6 months before she got married, and she is struggling with her life in coma. And now the sister's daughter is in my lap. I cannot cry with all these responsibilities, I said. Then they were really amazed by seeing my behavior. They said, still today, when they meet, they tell me that Aisha, at the time we thought that you have lost your mental balance because you are behaving quite unusual. So in that case, what we were expecting, that you will come to us and you will cry a lot and you will shout at us, why you have allowed my parents to go like that, why nobody was supervising them, because they just returned from Hajj 1 week before. And my mom had a fever at that time, also light fever. But my chachu said, no, 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 you have to come because my mom and dad are the biggest and the eldest in the family. So they were expecting this kind of behavior from me. All my chachus were stern, my chachis, my all that. And the couple in whose marriage they were about to go, they also came back. As soon as they came to know that I have come, they came to meet me, and the newly bridegroom are there. And people in the family, when they see that you are in a difficult situation, passing through mental crisis, they try to pour oil in the fire to let the fire still burn hot. Then a few mediators said, see, they have come, this is the right time, you can ask them and you can fight with them. What I have done, listen to me carefully. I went in my dad's almara. There was a new unstitched suit. I kept that on the tray. That was the 8th day of the death. And then I took out a beautiful ring from my jewelry box. I took it that also. I kept it safely in the tray. I told my brother to give that suit to the newlywed groom, and I have put that ring myself in my sister's ring finger. Then all of them were shocked. And they said that no, she has gone abnormal. She is completely behaving unusually. She's not at all fighting with anyone. She's always giving the things to the people. My mom had brought some unstitched clothes. Whoever was coming, her cousins, I was giving, just take this as a gift, take this. My mom had a jewelry, and whenever I used to visit, I used to give present her. In my each trip, sometimes earring, sometimes ring, sometimes necklace, sometimes a necklace of that mom used to like a lot. Then I gave that necklace to her sister. And because she used to like this sister very much, then the ring was there, I gave the ring to her friend, and the earrings were there, I gave one of the her friend's daughter who was going to get married. Then I have distributed everything because I know that will come as a sadaqah to them, and they'll be elevated to different places of the Jannah. And then yeah, inshallah, amin ya rabbil alameen. Then we were in the rented house at that time, and the people and the cook who used to come and the people who used to come to clean our house, they said, no, 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 they have gone, some bad thing has happened to them, and some nahusat or something, they said, I don't remember even the word. So they stopped coming to house because 4 dead bodies from the same house, and immediately after coming from Hajj, so we will not go. Maybe something wrong, like the people who are ignorant, who are in darkness, who have not the correct knowledge of deen and dunya, they will just think that this is kind of a what should I say, bad situation coming up, like a bala or something, so we should not go, avoid going. So that also I faced. I said, okay, no problem. If you don't want, I am there to work myself. Then my cousins came to assist me, and all that I have done, I went to hospital. Overall, I stayed there nearly 2 months, and in the 2 months I have made the list, what are the things I have to do. Immediately I have shifted that house, the rented house, from the house where we were staying to another house, and I purchased it. Then the question came that my mom's jewelry is there, my sister's jewelry is there, how we should keep, and if suppose if I take a house again and come back, the things may be stolen and all. Then people are discussing now what Aisha will do, we don't know. Then my mom's best pastime was, she used to give dars on the Quran. She used to prepare 5 ayat, and she used to give. And as how much time I spent there in their area. I went to every nook and corner wherever I could go, possibly, and I have delivered the lectures, the sermons on her behalf so that she should be rewarded. And I have gone once to a remote area, then everybody thought now Ayesha has completely gone mad. She's in a different spectrum. She's not leading a normal life. She's not at all crying. She's not at all at home. She's not at all cursing anyone. She's always doing like all their mom and dad used to do, and she is in a different spectrum. Really, we worry about her. My uncle, he's just 5 years elder than me. Chachu, my last chachu, and he said, Aisha, I'm really worried. And he used to come and shake me, are you okay? Have you eaten today? I said, yes, I have eaten, alhamdulillah. Then everything I have done. And then I was coming one day after my sermon. Then I met my teacher who taught me in class 9th English, ma'am. She hugged me and she said, Aisha, I have a solution for that. When you want to buy the new house, please don't buy, independent house. Rather take one flat in the compartment so that the security people will be there, and your things, your credentials of your mom and your sister will not be stolen, and whatever the important documents you have, that can be kept safe. And then it was in 2008, then I have purchased the house. Of course, my husband and my brother, those who are here, they have sent, and they said they respected my decision that I said, no more rented house. No more rented house. We will have our own house that we were going to buy after 2 years. We'll buy today, this year itself. Then they said, yes, okay. Then they have sent the money together. Then I have purchased a 2-bedroom flat, shifted the whole my belongings there. And then my brother was also in 2 months, he got cured from his illness. Then leaving my sister-in-law to her mom's place, I took my sister's daughter, I took my brother on the wheelchair, and I traveled from there alone to Saudi Arabia after 2 months successfully, after finishing all the tasks. And then I have dreamt. I saw a dream, because I prayed to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala to see a dream, to see how my mom and dad are there. So I requested, like I prayed on the praying mat. I said, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, I have done all these things. Just let me see how they are. I want to see how they are. After reaching you, after meeting you, then after Fajr, I was lying down on the sofa. Then I dreamt I got a call. In the dream, I saw a call from mom. I took the mobile and it is mom calling. Then I said, Mom, how are you? In my dream, I said, how are you, Mom? Then she said, I'm okay, beta. Then I said, Mom, have you performed Fajr? She said, yes, I have performed Fajr. Then my dad was away from her and said, why only you will talk to your daughter? Let me talk to her. Then mom said, okay, talk. Then mom gave the mobile. In my dream only, mom is giving mobile to dad. And dad was smiling at me and said, how are you? Then I said, Dad, I'm okay. How are you? Have you performed Fajr? He said, yes, but I have performed Fajr and I have taken the breakfast also. So in the dream, he's telling that he not only performed the Fajr, but he has taken the breakfast. Beta, hamari Fajr bhi ho gayi, hamara khana bhi ho gaya. I felt so happy. Then I performed Sajda Shukr. And maybe Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has kept them in a very good condition. And after that, I have dreamt a lot about them. And I saw them always in the good condition. So the story is that kind of situations I never had in my life. I mean, from everywhere there was a problem, adversity. Not one, not two, hundreds together. Then when my grandma is alive, alhamdulillah. So when my grandma saw this kind of strength, and she saw that everything in 2 months we could stand back within 2 months with all these adversities. And then my grandma told a very emphatical statement that echoes in my ears. She said, मेरे बड़े का घर हाथी का घर है. हाथी जिंदा रहा तो भी वही कीमत है, और हाथी अगर मर भी गया तो वही कीमत है. तो मेरे बड़े का घर बड़ा means my dad was the eldest. So she passed that remark and she said, Aisha is my hira, my diamond. So these are the things that I have gone through, and I have not done anything. I was brought up in that situation with, by my parents. So thank God, thank Almighty that now everything is okay. But that was really pathetic. 2008, December 28th. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ayesha. And now I think after this, there is no need of speaking anything. We have to just ponder upon this. We have to just realize it. We have to just feel ourselves the situations where Ayesha was going through and how she has handled and tackled. So thank you, everyone. And please take special care of yourself. Good night. See you tomorrow, inshallah. Allah Hafiz and good night.